Our next witness is Mr. Steve Messere. He's the founder and CEO of Revenue Spark, located in New York. Revenue Spark provides business services to a wide variety of sustainable growth companies. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Graves, members of the committee. My name is Steve Messere, and I am the founder and CEO of Revenue Spark. Revenue Spark is a company that is dedicated to creating and fostering relationships between sustainable technology companies. These are companies that are creating new opportunities on an almost daily basis through the spirit of invention and innovation, and it has traditionally defined what it means to be an American. Just like railroads, telegraph, and telephone transformed the American business, broadband is similarly transforming the way Americans do business today. Revenue Spark is the world's first sales outsourcing firm to dedicate our entire focus to helping sustainable technology companies succeed in a marketplace. We do this through a combination of new technologies that didn't even exist 5 years ago. The core of our operation is domestic sales outsourcing. Domestic sales outsourcing avoids the pitfalls of hiring new business development staff. The typical hiring procedure yields a failure rate of over 50% in the first 6 months. And for a new business, this can easily mean the difference between success and failure. Domestic sales outsourcing also transfers the time-consuming tasks associated with research and establishing new leads and doing the development work that can oftentimes keep a company from succeeding. So the challenges of most businesses is deciding how to staff a team that can overcome these hurdles and provide a reliable and repeatable revenue. We are in the midst of a new paradigm change in how computer information is handled. Again, 5 years ago, individuals were dependent on their own personal computers to save and store their information. Now that information is increasingly shared on a far-flung computer network. This is the cloud computing, and it means instantaneous cooperation is now possible between different individuals regardless of where they may be located, and this translates into increases in productivity. And as we all know, increased productivity means a better bottom line, and a better bottom line means more jobs. Whether this happens via Salesforce, Google Documents, Skype, Jigsaw, web conferencing, Twitter, iPod, all of these things are the numbers of new technologies that it all means the same thing, which we are changing the way we do business, almost on a daily basis. And all of these technologies rely on fast, reliable, and accessible broadband. The Internet removes these economic barriers so that at Revenue Spark we are in effect a virtual company. For us, the term company headquarters is almost irrelevant. We do almost everything via telecommuting. All the members of the Revenue Spark sales development team have a proven track record of being successful in sales outsourcing. In addition, all those members have spent an average of over 15 years working. But they need these tools. So telemarketing allows us to attract the best at their best, and it is an advantage for us and for society in these following things. It provides fuller employment, less strain on infrastructure, increased productivity, reduction in turnover and absentee, reduction in carbon footprint and energy use, an expansion of our talent pool. And one of the most important things, it helps us put recently displaced people back to work because they're not limited by the geography that they're faced. So what I think we want to conclude with is that small business and medium-sized companies are the engines of economic growth in the United States today. They're dependent on the Internet to bring their ideas to market. Broadband is the new Main Street, and not just Main Street USA, but everywhere in the world. For us at Revenue Spark, the Internet is an indispensable tool for what we do and what we do best, which is tell stories. Because that's what we really do. We tell a story, a true story about new technologies and about the boundless creative accomplishments of American innovation. And that story is as old as America itself. There's a new chapter that's being written even as we sit here, a tale of otherwise undiscoverable technologies and how America can flourish and grow in a way that's sensible, sustainable, and yet preserves our precious resources for our children and children's children, not just here in the U.S., but over the world. And for all over the world, it's, of course, a story about jobs, very good jobs. And we use websites and we use these tools to make that possible. If given a choice today between having telephone service or Internet, the vast majority of companies we work with would choose the Internet without hesitation. And that's a very definition of the sea change that we're faced with here today. All these tools that we've talked about and more serve to increase efficiency, which means a better bottom line, which means more jobs, good jobs, the jobs of today and tomorrow, not the jobs of yesterday. Chairman Velasquez, Ranking Member Graves, and members of the committee, thank you for this opportunity.